because some construction has been going on. The missing weapons, the FBI spokesman wanted us to know, are now registered in the national database. Okay.
So after they're used, we'll be able to track them.
Exactly
who they were registered to.
Yes, we will know that those are stolen. The guns that killed stolen. Those guys.
Yeah.
Those are the guns.
Came right from that armory.
Right there.
So we'll know that.
You know what? May I just say, and I don't want to be flippant on this at all, but France should think about banning guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have.
Huh?
Yeah, they have thought of that.
Yeah, but we're talking about universal background checks. Right. No gun show loophole for that.
Yeah, I'm talking about banning guns. You can't get guns.
Right, yeah.
In France.
They have stricter gun laws than...
What about a waiting period?
America.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's like, people bring things across state lines. Mm-hmm. So they probably brought them in from place where it's really, really easy to get a gun, like Germany or maybe
not easy to get
Belgium,
a gun
in Italy or Belgium or England. It had to be really super
European
easy.
Union wide. It's pretty tough to get a gun.
Huh.
Yeah.
How'd these guys get these guns then?
They don't seem to be talking about that. Like, hey, your gun laws didn't do anything for you here.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You know what's really frustrating is...
What if somebody would have had a gun there?
Or several people had guns.
Yeah. What if 3 people had concealed weapons and they would have used them? Would that not have saved a lot of lives? I think it would.
Could have.
Even if you miss them, when you're shooting at them, they're going to duck. And they're not going to be shooting at people.
And when they duck, how many people escape out the door?
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be. We act as if it has to be some Bruce Willis situation.
It doesn't have to be a marksman
down and stops everybody. That's not what needs to happen. It just needs to delay it for a few seconds.
Yeah, just give people a chance.
That's the biggest thing.
People might have had a better chance.
You see the pictures of these guys dragging bodies down the streets? Good guys.
Yeah,
just dragging their friends out, trying to get them to safety, and just dragging the bodies down the street. I mean, just horrifying.
Well, and the story you told about the girl who was there, who had to pretend to be dead for an hour. How frightening. How horrifying would that be? You're laying there as they're circling around you, not knowing if they're just going to shoot to make sure if you're dead or not, and try not to breathe that whole time. There's some...
See the pregnant woman on the second balcony window?
No.
Oh, my gosh. You see this? Amazing video. It is in the alleyway next to the theater. And the people, you see the theater door open up, and people are running out, and they're dragging bodies, okay? There's this woman who is above that exit door. She's on the second story. Her toes are on the corner of the windowsill on the outside. You know how the bricks kind of come out, and kind of have a little ledge there? Mm-hmm. She's holding on to, the roof or a drain pipe, and she's positioned herself away from the window so she can't be seen. And she's screaming, "Help, I'm pregnant. Somebody help me down. Somebody help. I'm pregnant." Nobody can help her. I mean, nobody's there yet. Nobody has a ladder. Nobody has a car to go up to the second story. And she's just hanging there until help arrives.
Some of the original footage of people that had gotten out but were still wounded and in shock was, I don't want to say amazing, but it was horrifying. They were in shock, wandering around, talking. The one guy had a bullet hole in his cheek, and he was walking saying, "I just got down. I don't know who got out. Next thing I know, I was outside." He doesn't even know how he survived. It's unbelievable.
But, I mean, we did take it seriously and had a pretty, I think, major response to it by releasing 5 Guantanamo prisoners back to the UAE. Made sure we got that done a day after.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's a strong one. They're because they don't understand strength over there, and then they see us with that mass release.
Sorry, but this man is delusional at best. He's delusional at best.
Yeah, except the problem is we all know he's not delusional.
I was just going to say, but all of us here are not willing to take it any further. But
I just did.
There you go. There's Pat. So thank you, Pat, for that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Happy to.
Well, I don't think anyone would expect you to come out with the best possible take on the president.
I think everybody knows. I think everybody knows. I mean, honestly, they don't even need to say these things anymore.
No.
He's delusional at best. What else is there? What else is there?
It's why we don't spend much time talking about him anymore, because it's
worthless.
It's worthless. It's a lost cause.
After the attack, he's done 3 things. Let's count them. 1, release 5 prisoners from Guantanamo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't delay that?
That makes 0 sense.
0 sense. 2, double down and say we're going to take more Syrian refugees.
Crazy.
And we're going to pay Europe to take some more too. Okay? Crazy. He's done 4 things. Then he was late for the G20 summit moment of silence. He was there. Mm-hmm. He was just late. So he came in after the moment of silence had started. Wow. Nice of you to make it for the ceremony.
Really bad.
Mr. President. Really bad.
Not to add on another one to your list, but have you seen the footage of Obama and Putin huddling at the G20 conference?
Yeah, they're making that seem like strength.
Is it? It seems like we're sitting there begging. We couldn't get this done on our own. We've done 18 bombing runs a day when we did almost 10 times that in Kosovo. We've only done about 18 a day against ISIS. And now we're sitting here saying, can Russia please do this for us? Can they help? Can they do it? Because we can't quite get it done on our own. Look at our efforts. We need you, Vladimir.
Well, I don't know about you, but I mean, I think the timing of this is just remarkable. Just remarkable. We go over there and we do a deal on the Syrian refugees, and we show you who they are. We show you the good guys. Yeah. We also show you the Kurds. And we show you, these are the people that need to be armed. These are the people that should be the boots on the ground.
They're pro-American.
They love us.
They're capable.
Yeah.
They're good warriors. They've fought hard. They're one of the only places of refuge in all of Iraq now because they're fierce fighters, and they are willing to defend their territory, unlike some of the Iraqis that we've supposedly trained that run away from ISIS.
These guys are the ones we should be arming. We're ignoring them.
Yep.
So then also in that special that was on Thursday night on The Blaze was the supply line. We showed you the supply line. We showed you the trucks, the ISIS trucks. Going up and down, it was like a busy highway. You can only go on that highway if you're an ISIS member. And we showed you the busy, giant tanker trucks that were going back and forth on this highway. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. France goes over. Did anybody care to ask, who is France targeting? Who did France say they were targeting?
ISIS.
What? A major training camp.
Right.
Training camp and headquarters in their capital of Syria.
Okay. Major headquarters and training camp. Do you know who gave them the information on that major headquarters and training camp and told them exactly where it was?
We did.
Yeah, we did. How can the president say to us he has done everything he can to degrade and destroy ISIS?
Why was that destroyed a long time ago?
Why didn't you destroy that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you destroy a major headquarters and training camp of ISIS?
We just haven't gotten to this major headquarters and training camp of ISIS. Why don't you guys go ahead and take this one? It's only been 18 strikes a day for a year, so we didn't have time for that one.
Syria is so big, though. You can't. I mean, you can't find things.
It's amazing.
What is it? The size of the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
No,
maybe. No, I don't think it's even that big.
Oh, I think it is. I think it's the size of New Jersey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it Jersey?
I think it is. We should look. I'm not sure. I think it's the size of New Jersey.
Isn't it amazing, too, to see?
But still, it's the size of New Jersey.
Come on.
Even if it's the size of New York and New Jersey. Yeah. It's the size of New York and New Jersey. Are you telling me if they had Tea Party separatists in New York and New Jersey, are you telling me this government couldn't take out the Tea Party separatists, that we would have a major training camp and headquarters that would still be standing 18 months later?
By the way, from the article, 9 questions about Syria you were embarrassed to ask. Apparently, we were not embarrassed to ask it on national radio. Washington State. Syria is the same size as Washington State.
Okay.
So there you go. By the way, did you notice how
okay, it is not as big as the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
It's the size of Washington State.
Syria is 71.998 miles squared. Dallas area, 385.8 miles squared.
No, hang on.
Was it
Oh, no,
Damascus?
71,000. Okay, never mind.
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it
Think
is.
about Damascus, maybe.
Yeah.
But have you noticed how the socialist president of France is, and he's seemingly been strong, much stronger than we have been in similar situations.
The socialist?
With this president, but the socialist president of France, it's amazing how quick, when reality strikes, how far they run from the socialist principles they supposedly love so much. Everyone was so multicultural, embracing, and everything. The borders get shut. We have people saying that they're not going to bring any more refugees in. They're bombing countries. All those people that didn't look like them. Remember, they didn't support the Iraq War. When these things start hitting them, it's amazing how quickly that socialism evaporates, and everyone all of a sudden is really interested, apparently, in taking on an enemy like this. It's something that I think
It's not out of character.
I don't think it probably isn't. You're right, because of the way socialists have actually
National Socialists.
how they've acted.
Yeah, National Socialists. That's
But that's not
Nazi.
the type of stuff they've been pitching when they run for election. They run for
No,
election.
but when they're ever in trouble, when there's that's what they do. They nationalize and they wave the flag and they take care of business. Well, the same thing that everybody does. To close the borders in France is pretty significant.
Yeah.
And now the president 2 days later is lecturing them that they have to take more people. My gosh. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You imagine being in Europe and hearing the president of the United States saying, hey, we need you to take more of these people more of these Muslims. Why? Why is it so wrong to ask,
Saudi Arabia.
where's Saudi Arabia?
Why?
Where?
I don't understand that.
Why can't Saudi Arabia take them? Why can't Jordan take them?
I don't know.
Why? Well, why can't Egypt
Qatar,
take them?
Kuwait,
Why?
Yemen. Why not?
Do you know why?
I don't.
They don't want
They
them.
don't want them, yeah.
They don't want them. And you know why? Because they're going to Europe to just sponge off the system in the best case.
And if we said we don't want them, we'd be vilified. But those countries, we don't want them. It's okay. We're not taking them. Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah, we'll take them. We have no responsibility. We have a responsibility to take care of our family. Our family are the Christians in the Middle East. Nobody wants those guys. They can't go anywhere. They cannot go in the Middle East. Our responsibility is to take care of them. The Islamist nation should take care of the Islamists because they'll know how to sort out the good guys and the bad guys. What they're saying to us is they're all bad. We don't want them. For one reason or another, we don't want them. So why should we take them? If they're so bad you don't want them, why should we take them? Because they're going to change our culture. They will change us fundamentally.
I haven't seen a single story about a single refugee going that direction to Saudi Arabia.
No, I haven't either.
To Jordan. It's just not happening. Have they closed their borders? Have they said we will not take them? I haven't seen that. We should look for that to see if they've actually spoken those words. It'd be interesting.
Certain people have perhaps been thinking, I'm quoting the Huffington Post, certain people have been perhaps thinking after the immense shock of the attacks November 13 that the only thing that matters from now on as a response to terrorism is a security reinforcement and, of course, a re-examination of our priorities since ISIS has declared war on us all. However, people forget that this war that's been declared on us is also psychological. A report released by ISIS claims the massacre in Paris uses all the tools and conditioning and psychological manipulation, a turning of tables, presenting the Islamic State as a victim instead of an assassin, while promising to continue to spread terror and criticizing policymakers for creating international divisions. Criticisms intend to bring about self-doubt. Our first response should be to understand the psychological tactics so we don't allow them to win. Now, we don't have to be guilt-tripped into fighting these barbaric groups that slit throats, rape, torture, kill innocent civilians in the most cowardly ways possible. No, our values are strong enough to refuse to sink to their level. Instead, turn towards reinforcing national unity against their aggression. No, we do not doubt that enlightenment and democratic progress are strong enough to stand up to such behavior, which is sending us back to prehistoric times. No, we're not afraid. And it's because we have no doubt that we'll continue to live as we choose and defend the policies we believe to be essential. But amongst these things, amongst these issues, is climate change, which will determine in the long run the survival of mankind and in the short term, the demographic balance. They go on to say that that's the real cause of much of the strife over the Middle East, and it's only going to get worse. And the best thing we can do, the best way to respond to ISIS, is to have a successful climate change conference. Not kidding, that's the headline. Sponsor this half hour is Simply Safe.